For weeks now, I have been trying to figure out what it was about Moxie's bunny build that was bothering me. Like every time I looked at it, I'm like, man, I feel like I could tweak this and make it a little bit better for me and just the way I prefer to play. And then last night I was messing around with it, and I feel like I finally figured it out.
I can fix it!
So the first thing I noticed that was really bothering me is he has maximized conservation on his build. And the thing is, it gives you a lot of, your skill cost is a lot less, but it also nerfs your skill power, and that bothered me. I don't like using mods where you get a plus in one column and a negative in another. I try to use mods where I'm getting pluses in both columns, so this kept bothering me. And finally, I found Frugal Mindset. Now, the thing is, like, skill cost isn't a big deal with Bunny because I'm only using her B through the traversal parts of maps and things like that. This is a mobbing build, by the way, not a bossing build. So since I'm only using her beat through the traversal parts of the map, and you actually use your grappling hook for the fights, you don't need that much skill cost. This is overkill, I felt like. And so I went with Frugal Mindset. One, you don't have to, if you already did Moxie's build, it still has the M symbol. So you don't have to change anything, which is awesome. You still get a little bit of skill cost, but it increases your skill effect range by plus 22.2%. So there's no negative here. Like I said, I like to use mods where I'm getting positives in both columns. The other thing I noticed is this other one right here. Oops, not that one. He had on, I believe it was HP amplification. And again, he's getting 227% max HP, which is nice. But you're losing 36.5% shield. Now, I get it. I know shields mean basically nothing in this game. But it was still just bothering me. Like, man, I feel like I could do just a little bit better. We're talking about min-maxing here. So I actually went with Stim Accelerant. Now with Stim Accelerant, you get more max HP. You get 234% max HP. And you're not losing any shield. So you're just staying even more tanky for those boss fights, which is what was really bothering me about this build. I'm like, man, I'm super squishy. I don't like it. I just want a little bit more tankiness. Also, you will notice that this mod does give me less MP, but like I said, my MP was already overkill. I'm only using B through the traversal parts of the maps. I already had enough to get through those parts. So it wasn't a big deal to go ahead and replace that. So, and I'll go ahead and I'll do a mission to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about when I say, like, you don't need that much MP and that you're using your grappling hook through the fights, so you're not even using, your B ability. So I'll jump in and show you guys what I mean. Also, for you guys that don't know, the Forgottens right now is actually one of the best missions for farming Bunny right now this week. Not only can you get her perfect reactor, it's a low chance of getting it, and you're probably not going to get the perks you want on it anyway, but there's a chance you could get the perfect reactor for her. But also this drops the battle armor set, which in my opinion, the battle armor set is the absolute perfect set for Bunny. If you want to find out why, feel free to look it up. But so this is a really good mission to be farming for Bunny right now. In fact, every time I go in here, I see multiple bunnies in here. Not every time, but a lot of the times. So this mission starts out with a huge traversing part, which is, like I said, this is the only time I'm really ever using my 2 for Bunny. I kept saying B, I don't know why, but this is your 2. So really the traversing parts, that's the only time I'm going to be using this. So I'll show you guys. You have plenty of mana to get through that opening part right there. You grapple hook in, and then you're going to be coming in. And like I said, most traversal parts are about that long, I feel like. So it's really not a big deal. And like I said, it's traversing. So I feel like having that extra survivability, there's usually ads all through here, so I'd be getting mana back and things like that. But my boy Ajax is going ham up there. But like I said, like, you're just traversing, and I felt like the survivability and everything like that was just a little bit more important than worrying about the traversal parts of the map. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Once you get into the actual fight areas, you're not using your 2. What I usually do is just use my grapple hook to swing around and do damage. So you're just swinging around and you're just destroying everything. Right now, like, my teammates are deleting everything. But like I said, and then you're going to get mana back for the next traversal part of the map. So now I have full mana. I can go ahead, pop my 2, and I'm ready to speed run through this part. And again, you're going to have more than enough to get through here, get back into the fight area, And again, this is where you're going to be using your grappling hook. You're not using your 2 in the combat areas. You're using your grappling hook. I'll go ahead and just delete everything through here. As you can see, like as I'm killing things, I'm going to be able to pick up plenty of mana to get through the next traversal part. And this is strictly for farming. Bunny is my farming character. I don't use Bunny for boss fights. I use Lepik. So that's one thing I feel like a lot of people try to have different builds for every single character. I see people, they want a farming build for Lepik and a bossing build. They want a farming build for Bunny and a bossing build. Me, I like to keep it simple, man. Like, Bunny's for farming. Alright, that's it. I don't need her. Lepik's overkill for bossing. He's an S tier bosser. I already have a glass cannon build for him and an unkillable build for him for the 2 different boss fights that I might come across. Why would I use Bunny? And I know that Lepik is an A tier, you know, he is an A tier mobber, but Bunny's S tier, so why not use her? You want to be able to speed run these missions as fast as possible. And again, like I said, I'm just using my grappling hook to fly around and kill everything. My mana's full right now. I have no need for more mana. And you'll come to the traverse part, speed run through it. Like I said, like I get it. Moxys build definitely gave you more. You were able to get through these traversal parts even better. A lot of times you'll get lucky though, and like these, I didn't have my 3 popped because I'm talking and I'm distracting myself. So, but a lot of times, like when you kill like those little ads right there, they'll drop mana for you, and so you'll have the mana to get through like this part right here. You know what I mean? So, to me, it was like, man, I'd rather have that little bit of survivability. You know, it might take me 20 seconds longer to get through the mission, maybe. But I'd rather have that little bit of survivability for the boss fight. Which is, I see so many comments on my videos that are like, man, I can't beat this boss. Especially in the new harder infiltration mission. I just got like that. In the new, like, the hard infiltration missions, I see so many comments from people that are like, dude, I can't beat this boss. Like, this boss is just absolutely wrecking me. And so I'm like, alright, how can I just fix that? Just make that experience just a little bit easier, just a little bit better. So here we are, we're coming into the boss fight. And like I said, this is all grappling hook. Like, I'm not really using my 2 for any of this. So I felt like, man, like I don't need all of that, you know, MP cost and max MP and all of that. Like, I want something that's going to make the boss fights just a little bit easier. And like I said, I don't lose that 15% skill power that you're going to lose with Moxys build. I keep that, which is really nice. As you can see, I'm having no problem. I didn't lose. So I kept my, you know, I keep my skill power, I keep my shields, and I have more HP. So, like, I'm having absolutely no trouble with this boss right here. Which is the main thing that I hear people complaining about there, dude. Like, dude, I can't beat this boss. And this just feels so much nicer, dude. Like, you're just so much tankier. Without really losing any. Like I said, maybe I can't do the traversal parts. You know, maybe it cost me an extra 20 or 30 seconds. But this is worth it. Like, just being able to tank through bosses is so worth it. So, I don't know, guys. Like I said, for me, this is for my playstyle. This feels 1,000 times better than that squishier build that I was using for the past, you know, month. Where, like, I would get killed in boss fights and I'm like, it was annoying me, and I'm like, all right, I can tweak this, I can make this a little bit better, and for me, this feels a lot better. So, you know, maybe that helps anybody out that was bothering you. And like I said, the thing I like about this is I didn't have to redo any of my mods. Like, the mods that he used was the M symbol and the C symbol. I didn't have to change those in order to make this build. So if you already made his build, that's fine, and you want to even just try this build out to see if you like it a little bit better, that's fine, and you don't have to change anything. You don't have to do all the grinding to change your sockets. So, you know, just want to throw that out there. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. I am the one and only Z. Bye-bye.